Hi, quick trigger warning. The 28-minute and 30-second mark to about the 32-minute and 10-second mark contains a story about someone, not us, who harms some animals, and I just don't want anybody to be surprised. So, thank you. Oh, no, that's not the end.
That was the outro, wasn't it?
Yeah, okay. Good night, guys. That was fun. Let me find the options here. Oh, I'm recording, so it won't let me. Let me just find the shit. What's that one? Yeah.
Luke's Story Corner?
Is it?
No.
To Uncle Luke's.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's Uncle Luke instead of Cousin Luke. I think I was drunk when I recorded that.
I love it.
Okay, so I'm just going to use all this stuff. Fuck it. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's listener mail. That's when Jason tells a joke.
Yep. Show and tell.
Oh, nice. That's when I tell a joke. Oh, here we go. Okay. I'll start it over. Welcome to Dysfunctional Adults, the comedy podcast in which we discuss weird news, pop culture, and being middle-aged dads. Yeah. We are bitter, cynical Gen Xers saddled with crippling debt and depressingly past our primes. But that's what makes this podcast so much fun.
It has been such a long time since I've heard that. I have missed it.
Yes.
Me too.
Classic.
How are you doing, guys?
All right. It's been a while.
What were we saying? It's been like 2 years, John?
Almost 2 years. Yeah, it was April of 2022. We had our season 1 finale.
Wow. Well, we haven't been back on because John's been in a Viet Cong prison. So
that was a long year and a half.
I could have waited longer, but that's just me. I don't know.
You're good. You could have toughed it out.
Well, replace Viet Cong prison with Zach's basement, and then that's really actually the truth. So we had some serious misery stuff going on.
Speaking of basements, whose basement is that?
I snuck into like a new development area.
Oh.
And I just like set up, there's a crew of like Home Depot Mexicans up there like finishing the house. So you might hear some sounds. No, this is my new house, my new basement.
Nice.
Yeah. We moved to a city that is west of Salt Lake City. So out in the boonies now.
City is kind of stretching it a little bit.
Yeah, John's just
Town,
help me move.
Village.
You say that, but where Luke lives, what is there, like 300 people?
And a goat?
No, that's where I grew up, but we got 3,000.
Oh, that's
pretty good. I mean, yeah.
It's in the 4 digits now.
Probably like your high school graduating class, but yeah. Metropolis around here.
Yeah.
And we're joined by Luke, our favorite guest. He's practically a member of the podcast.
Yeah, fourth chair that shows up when he wants.
Oh, I made it.
Yeah.
Good thing you reminded me.
Yeah.
He's got an actual job.
Yeah.
Well, the night it was playing on my phone, so it's a good thing that he texted me.
Well, I didn't know this, and this is really, I'm embarrassed, but Zach says that you mine for a living. Like that's hardcore.
Well, technically I'm in mining, but I'm in the processing plant. So
okay.
Oh, okay.
We just literally take rocks and grind it into dust, and then make that dust into little tiny balls and fire it, make it into like I don't know, like marbles. Then that
Do you-
goes to the steel mills and they melt it again. I don't know. Like
Do you guys sing that Hi Ho song that the Seven Dwarves sing while you're doing your
Just-
mining work?
the little guys do. We have a lot of little guys out there.
Okay, because I mean, you have the dwarf's beard. I can't tell how tall you are by seeing you on Zoom, but if you're like 4 feet tall with that beard, that would be awesome. Working in a
Yeah,
mine.
I probably wouldn't be I'd probably be living off royalties from Lord of the Rings.
You're not 4 feet tall, though, are you? Oh,
No.
Damn it.
No. Yeah, I'm too tall.
Yeah. I'm a little disappointed. I gotta admit it.
Yeah, I would have had to have lost my shins in the war or something.
I have to say, I am so happy to be here. I know I was making jokes about I could wait longer, but this is awesome. I'm really happy we're doing this again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trying to figure out something to do with my life for the past year and a half, and I couldn't come up with anything. And then I was talking to Luke about it, and he almost threw away all his stories that he has for us.
What?
Yeah.
He almost waited too long.
Yeah, I was going through my phone, like through the notes, probably trying to find something I needed, and that was like one whole section. I'm like, shit, I wonder if I even need these things anymore. So I almost deleted the whole thing. And I was like, I'll leave it for a little bit. Like, it's not hurting anything. And it was like 2 days later, he sent me a message about doing this again. So,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Crazy stories always come in handy, though. Family reunions, other people's weddings,
job interviews.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have anything important on my notes, but I've got that. Yeah,
When's your
I think that is important.
What's that?
I was joking, saying, "Oh, when's your kid's birthday? Who knows?" But hey, at least I've got these stories written down.
Like, here's something funny that happened to me 20 years ago.
I've got this
just as good.
About a dead animal.
Don't steal dead deer.
It's going to take a second for us to get our rhythm back, listeners. I'm sorry. We haven't done this for a while. So if we step on each other, I don't know. I apologize.
And there's, with the Zoom meeting, we're all in a different place. We're all each in a different spot. So it's, I think, John, you're still in Viet Cong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing it straight from Nam. And Zach, you're down in New Mexico, right?
Yep, New Mexico.
Luke, you're still in Minnesota, I assume?
Yep, yes. So we're spread around.
Jason's out in the boonies in
well, there's a mountain. There's a mountain
like
between John and I now. So
yeah,
a whole mountain. I couldn't get farther away from him if I didn't have the money, but next time.
He tried. He tried.
Well, that's awesome. I'm not trying to lead out here, but what have you guys been up to? I'm just gonna say it. Ask it.
Who's first, Jason? You're in charge, so you decide who's going first.
Oh man, he said sarcastically. I'm just kidding. I'll go first. I'm not gonna tell you 2 years worth of what I've been doing, but
I'll do that. Don't worry.
Unless you guys have a couple hours. No, it's just been kind of a weird week. I'm glad it's getting warmer here, and for me the seasonal depression kind of sucks. Like I get really kind of antsy and down, but I'm getting ready to play a game of D&D on Saturday night, which I haven't done for a while, so I'm excited. And it's just wow, that was really boring. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, could you repeat all that? What?
You had 2 years to come up with something funny that you did. And that's the best you could do.
That's the best I could do. No, I've actually got something. So I have my kids a couple times a week, and we were eating dinner, and Megan, my wife, was getting ready to go to a church activity, and she goes downstairs where I am now, and all of a sudden we hear a scream, and so I get up and I kind of hurry down there, and I thought she'd hurt herself, and she's like, "I stepped in cat poo." So apparently our cat, we have a cat now named Bagheera. He's a little black cat, and he's cute. But ever since we moved to this house in October, he is having a problem using his litter box. He'll either pee in places he shouldn't pee, and this is new tonight, he decided to poop on the basement floor. So she ran downstairs and just stepped right in it. So it was kind of kind of funny, and we're trying to figure it out. Like, I don't know what his deal is. He's just being a little
weird. Oh, you totally didn't just blame the cat for your own.
Well, I was down here, so But anyway, so that was our excitement today. So I'm living the domestic life. I cook and clean. I'm the house husband. I wrote a new book, Mad Reaper, and Zach is producing the audiobook, which I'm super excited for. So there's that shameless plug. But that's what I've been up to.
All right then.
Oh, and John's a cow. Let's just talk about the elephant in the room here.
It's a cow.
Well, not everyone's watching it though, right? If they hear it, they can't tell I'm a cow.
All right, we're on a Zoom meeting and John's a cow. There you go. Context explained. What have you been up to, cow?
All right. Well, on that subject, my wife and I actually went on a rodeo last weekend. We were thinking about what to do for date night, and one of her friends had said, "Hey, tonight I'm going to that Unleash the Beast PBR, the pro bull riding tour thing that was here in Salt Lake last weekend." So it's like, let's step out of our box and try something we've never done before. So yeah, we went to a rodeo, and I gotta say we were underdressed. We were like the only ones there that didn't have a giant hat and flannel and a buckle and boots. And it opened up with a prayer, which for a sporting event, that was new to me. I've never seen that before.
Did they pray to Cowboy Jesus?
Probably. It's one of those things, though. It's like when you go to like a car race, you kind of want to see crashes. The morbid part of me wanted to see people get trampled and gored. You're always kind of like disappointed. Like the most exciting part is when they get bucked off, and then the bull kind of runs towards them. And they get up and like hightail it like their ass is on fire, and you're rooting for the bull. I got to admit. At least I want to see like a rodeo clown get trampled. Do you think like if a rodeo clown got trampled, it would make that bicycle horn honking sound each time they got stomped on?
Only if it hits them in the balls.
Yeah. It's a little disappointed though because the rodeo clowns, they don't even look like clowns. They're just guys in cowboy hats. I wanted the full like puffy green wig and the oversized shoes.
The assless chaps.
Well, I don't know what rodeos you're going to. But...
Yeah, there's one thing that work anymore.
Yeah. One thing, my wife was way too amused by like the slow motion when it shows the bull jumping up and down from behind.
Uh-oh.
And so you can see these their oversized testicular area
Rocky Mountain oysters.
Going back and forth in slow motion. She was like endlessly amused by that, laughing hysterically every time it showed that. I think I'm gonna have to check her phone now because it's like, honey, that still shot should not be your home screen on your phone.
Right, you could totally get an animated GIF of that.
It kind of makes you wonder though, like Rocky Mountain oysters, how did they come to be? Who looked at that and said, "Man, I got to get me some of that. That looks delicious."
Cowboys.
Yeah, cowboys.
I mean,
that's the answer to that question. Now, moving on.
Well, I'm thinking the only thing better than watching like a rodeo clown get kicked in the nuts by a bull might be watching him like approach the bull from behind and then watching him get slapped in the face with one of those swinging potato sacks.
You mean teabag?
That would have been even. That's not teabagging. That's potato sacking.
Sorry.
That would have been epic.
I don't have my, sex acts, I guess, as cataloged as you.
You also don't have a potato sack, so you wouldn't know.
Right, yeah.
Sad. No.
So that was my weekend.
Wow.
Now, if you want me to break it down like week by week for the last 2 years, I got the list over here.
We'll post the list.
Post the list?
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll just post it on our socials.
There we go. That's a good way to cover that base.
So yeah, I branched out. I tried a rodeo.
Nice.
Never done that before.
Next stop, Rocky Mountain oysters.
Right on. Would you
So-
try one? Would you try a Rocky Mountain oyster? Or are you afraid of that kind of stuff?
No, I've had like grasshopper tacos and stuff like that.
Oh, all right.
I'm willing to try most foods. It's all about like texture.
Hmm.
Like I don't know if they're really chewy or something, then maybe not because that kind of triggers my gag reflex. But it's not like what it is; it's like what it feels like.
Oh, ask Jason. He eats a lot of nuts.
Like I've had the
I was waiting for that.
like I've had like sautéed crickets and grasshoppers and stuff, and they're just crunchy. I don't care what it is; it's just a crunch. I can do that. When you're chewing on something for a while and it doesn't break up in your mouth, and then it starts to trigger my gag reflex. Like I've had tripe before.
I'm
I
seeing
can't.
this all through the homoerotic lens. I'm sorry. So everything
Sure
you're
you
saying
are,
is making me giggle.
Well, have you ever tried tripe?
Yeah.
I can't do that. It makes me almost throw up because it just doesn't chew. So it's
Yeah.
more about the texture than what it actually is. So yeah.
All
Anyway.
right.
You doing okay there, Jason?
I'm just very uncomfortable.
Just some imagery is going through your
Love
mind.
It's slightly aroused. So
Yeah.
Well, we're on video now, so show us. What do you mean?
Luckily,
on
it's only
YouTube.
from the shoulders up.
Yeah, I've got no pants on.
A pillow over your lap.
What about you, Mr. Bjorgi? Or am I supposed to say your last name?
Yorgies?
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't
Oh, I'm
narrow it down.
sorry.
Well, there's two of them.
Yeah, there's two of
There's
us.
two of them. Yeah. Oh, my bad. Zach Bjorgi, and then we'll go to Luke Bjorgi.
For the last year and a half, I've been doing much. So instead, I've got a story about Charlie, my son. So he just turned 8 recently.
Oh wow.
So not too long ago though. It was Christmas, and his mother was asking him what he wanted for Christmas, and he had said a few things, and she's listening to him, and he says he wants and maybe you guys have heard of this. It's this bouncy ball game that it's inside like a wooden box, and it's got bouncy balls in it, and she was trying to figure out what he was talking about, and he keeps saying, it's bouncy ball and it's in a box, and she's trying to get information from him because she can't figure out what the hell he's talking about, and she's looking it up online. She can't find anything about it, and she finally asked him, she's like, so what, did you see this on on a commercial for a kids show, or did you see it on on your tablet? Where did you find this? He's like, oh, well, it's in my head.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that didn't go over as well as I thought it would.
No, I just think you have a genius on your hands. He's like,
I guess it went on forever. She couldn't figure out what was going on, and he's just talking about some toy he's making up in his head.
He wants her to find a toy that he made
Doesn't
up on his
exist.
own,
Right.
expecting
That's
him to
kinda
carry it in
cool.
his store.
Yeah, exactly. So we're trying to get him to draw it, and then we can just make a wooden box and throw some balls in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's really, I guess what I've been doing is I've been feeling like Hacker Man, I don't know if you guys have seen the meme where somebody does something that's just really lame, and it has to do with electronics, but they feel like a hacker, so they show the meme of the guy Hacker Man, and he's, you know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
That's how I feel about it, but I've been rooting and customizing Android devices, and it's been kind of fun. I used to do it before, but I started doing it again. I'm making a tablet for my brother. I have an old Amazon Fire tablet, and so with that operating system, the Amazon one, it's really limited. It's not like an Android phone or an Android tablet. It doesn't even have, I don't think it has the Google Play Store even. And so you can root it, wipe the OS, and put a new OS on it, like pure stock Android, and then it gets rid of all that bloat so that the battery works better. Things are snappier. This is a tablet from 2015, and it might as well be brand new again. It's quick. It works really well. And the whole reason I was doing that is because he and I were talking about, shameless plug, we're doing a podcast, he and I, about just whatever. It's called All Tangents, because that's how we talk. Everything that we talk about goes off into something else. And so it's just going to be a random thing. But anyway, we were talking about old video games we used to play. And so I put a Commodore 64 emulator on that tablet, and and a MUD client so he could play this old MUD that we used to play, a text-based game back in 1995, back when the internet was young and cool. And not so full of...
Not full of pornography.
It was probably pretty full of that, but you couldn't, a JPEG wouldn't... Did somebody just puke?
No.
I just heard...
Wasn't me.
No.
I'll have to play that later.
We need to use that now from now on. We need to just stop the... Did someone just puke? Well, that's pretty awesome, though, that you do fun. That. Yeah. No, I think it says something about humanity. Like, the first thing we decided to use the internet for was porn. Like,
you knew that was going to happen.
This connects computers all over the world. Dude, I'm sending you a naked picture.
I mean, the first email was probably a dick pic. Let's be honest about it.
I was just going to, yep. Mm-hmm. Or a picture, a guy sent a picture of his balls to his friend, because that's a classic guy thing to do.
Hey, guys, here's my taint. Look.
Yay, technology.
Sent a picture of my junk to Japan.
And then real quick, because we always do things about what we've been watching, I'm just going to throw in here. Have you guys seen The Fall of the House of Usher?
No, I
have not.
So good. Mike Flanagan, he is on a roll. He can do no wrong. Everything that he's been doing a bunch of Stephen King stuff too, and I'm just going to keep this short. He's coming out with The Life of Chuck, which is a short story or a novelette in the If It Bleeds compilation that Stephen King put out. And that's coming up in about 2025. But then it looks like he's still doing the Dark Tower series. His vision for it is 5 seasons of television followed by 2 movies or something to that effect to get all 8 books into the...
Oh, wow.
He's still doing it? Like, that was before the Elba fiasco.
Yeah.
That was...
So Mike Flanagan, he's on the new iteration of it that they're talking about. And the last time he said that it's still happening was December of 2023. So it's still on, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, the whole Idris Elba movie. That was
Ernest goes straight to video.
Yeah.
I never even saw that one.
The blockbuster name.
Oh man.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I do want to see that. I can't watch scary things with my wife, and we usually just watch TV togetger. So
because she gets mad because you grip her arm so hard and you scream in her ear.
I get really scared, and I just turn into a big baby, and so she
doesn't want to take care of you.
Yeah, well, and then who could blame her? So we've been watching Reacher. That's been awesome.
It's a good show.
I liked it a lot, but we didn't ask Luke what he's been up to. I feel bad. We kind of...
It's his turn.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to be too wowed. Yeah, not much. Kids are... one's graduating this year, and the other one started driving.
Wow.
So, damn near. Yeah, so no duties. It's kind of weird. Like, they're gone all the time. Don't have to buggy them around, so it's kind of nice. We got rid of one dog and got a new one here just about a year ago. So we're almost free, and now we've got an anchor again. So that's right.
We always do that to ourselves, don't we? And that's just yep.
Yeah, I mean, the dog's awesome, but it's like, now you got a little, goddamn, can't get a cat that you can just leave for 2 months at a time. Gotta be a dog,
I think even cats are not really supposed to leave them for 2 months at a time.
You don't know.
I mean, you're still supposed to feed them every day and all that.
Yeah, but a cat, you just put it in a feeder. You
pour a bag of...
They got a litter box. You put like 6 litter boxes out and you're good.
Or if you have more than one cat, they can just eat each other, until the strongest cat survives.
Yeah, just drag a dead deer into your living room and leave it there and let the cat feast for a month. Problem solved.
Yeah, that's how we used to feed our dogs. And they hated deer after deer season. After like the third or fourth carcass. Yeah. They were excited for the first one or two, and then by the last one you threw over the fence, they're just like, ugh. Tired of smelling their meat farts.
Gross. Did somebody just puke? I'm gonna make that a thing.
Perfect.
Nope.
Oh yeah, the watching thing. I don't know. I kind of was real, kind of got out of watching TV now completely for about a year. The wife took over the downstairs TV because she didn't want me to put a TV in her room or our room, and so I kind of lost my TV privileges. So I've got to watch a lot of really terrible TV that we could probably talk about. But other than that, yeah, I guess the one good thing I can remember off the top of my head that I think I sent Zach a text about was Pawn Shop Chronicles. And that movie was hilarious. It was set up very similar to Pulp Fiction.
Oh,
and it
okay.
was very good. Like it was 4 different stories that all kind of interacted with each other, but they didn't know it. It was just those 4 separate stories of going into this pawn shop, but they all were connected. Really good. And it had a lot of really good actors in it. So it was a pretty entertaining show.
What's it streaming on?
God damn, what did I watch that on? It was either you know what? I think I had to watch it on one of the free ones. So it was on
okay.
Like
it was
Tubi?
it was on Freevee, or it was something that had commercials.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was through the Fire Stick. So I searched up what I could watch it on, and whatever, I had to watch commercials to see it, but it was free.
Yeah.
So, but it was pretty good. It's pretty funny, and there was an awful lot of big name actors in it. Just with small bit parts and stuff, but it was all good. Like Brendan Fraser's in it and stuff. So it was pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah, he plays an Elvis impersonator. So.
Have to check it out then. That sounds good.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. I think you get. Well, I guess I can't speak for all of you, but I think Zach would like it for sure.
Well, if Zach would like it, we probably would too. We kind of have a similar sense of humor. So
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you eye
Yeah,
fucking
you probably all of it. But it's pretty violent. So
How it starts, Zach.
yeah.
It starts with the eyes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I just no livestock teabagging or anything. It's pretty good.
No, it was potato bagging or whatever the hell
Potato
that
sacking.
was. Sacking.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Just get on your work computer and look up Urban Dictionary and look that stuff up, Jason. You'll find out.
Yeah, and then I'll get fired. So, but nice.
All right.
Somebody puke? I don't know. Like...
Is that it? Is that are we done?
Do we want to play in Uncle Luke's story corner? Is that what we want to do next?
Yeah, if nobody has anything else to say, yeah. What was that? Did somebody okay. Let's see, I think that's
There we go.
Yeah. Welcome to Uncle Luke's Story Corner. Hell yeah.
Always good.
I love it.
I should really change it to Cousin Luke. What the hell?
Oh, I like Uncle Luke because
It's creepier.
It is kind of creepy. Not that you are, Luke. I think you're a stand-up guy, but that's the bit. We're
He
committed
laughs.
to
it.
You're on the spot.
Keeping with the dead animal theme.
Oh.
Hey.
Did I tell you about the dead cats?
What?
No, I don't think so.
No? Oh.
We've heard about a couple different stories of dead deer. I don't think we've heard about dead cats, though.
I was going through my list, and I've got a lot of dead animals in there. I don't know. But
is your basement just like full of carcasses and
I just apparently
collect roadkill as a hobby?
I think I just can't not grab onto dead animals or something. I don't know. Anyway, so my friend and I went ice fishing one year, and we parked at the spot, walked down, whatever, drilled our holes, and we're just sitting there watching our tip ups. And I went back up to the truck to get something. Had to take a leak, so I didn't realize that this was a road. I thought it was like a driveway or just a pull off we pulled in. So I'm standing and I'm taking a leak. Get done, and I turn around, and there's a truck parked directly behind me. because it's a road that goes across the lake. I didn't know it. I'm like, oh, you know, like kind of walk over there. The guy flags me down. He's like, we didn't kill those cats. And I was like, oh, what cats? You know, it's like those cats. He's like, we didn't kill them. And I'm like what cats? He's like, all those cats. And he kind of just kind of waved. He goes, my kid killed them. I'm like, oh. He's like, they were frozen. He goes, they were freezing he goes, someone dumped them out here and they were freezing. That's whatever. So he came out and killed them to be humane or whatever.
Humane. Yeah.
I'm like, oh. He's like, just so you know, he goes, so you don't call the cops. And then they drove off. I'm like, no, that's weird. So I start walking down the path that we walked in, like the trail that we made. There's cats everywhere. I don't know how we didn't see them. There was like 3 or 4 adult cats, and then there was like just a boatload of like kittens, and it was like something out of like World War II. And they're because it was like 30 below, so they like froze in like these weird like posed positions because they were like trying to get away, but they're froze to tree branches and shit. And like it was just like you could just see how the guy walked. It was just like pow, 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 and all these. It was just like this trail of dead cats. Like I don't know how we didn't see it. There was like 15 of them. It was like, wow, the fuck, you know, like it was so crazy. Yeah, we didn't shoot those cats.
Yeah. What a way to start a conversation.
Just walk up to a stranger. I didn't kill all those cats. My kid did. Yeah. Okay, well, bye.
I mean, at least he didn't bring up me pissing in the middle of the road, I guess. But you know. Yeah, so that was a weird one.
Oh you don't rat him out for killing all those cats. He won't rat you out for pissing in the road.
Apparently. I mean, I had no idea he like killed those cats. You probably would have never noticed.
Was that also in Minnesota?
Yeah, it's just over a couple. Yeah, it was just across the way. Let's do something a little funnier.
He's like, and also, I didn't kill those hookers over there.
Yeah, I probably should have kept going down the trail. Who knows what I would have found. So I got babysat. That's not a good one. That's a dumb one.
That was a good start, though. I like that. Like, I got babysat.
Yeah, no, there's some funny shit in there, but that's more of a like throw it in as a when you guys are talking about relates. I think more than just an actual story. But,
I mean, if you're still getting babysat at your age, I think that could be a funny story.
Yeah, it's my kink. So got this friend at work that's very. I guess I don't know if he still is, but you know, it was back during the probably 16 election, I suppose. Was that when Trump got elected first time?
Yeah, 16, yeah.
Whichever one, I don't know. But it was they're having a Trump rally in Duluth, and he went down there with a couple people and whatever. He got like just blasted drunk and was like, I don't know, eating stuff out of the urinals and like just like he tried to get on the runway and the Secret Service like took him and like he didn't get to go to the rally because they took him back and just dumped him in the parking lot. And it was like 10 degrees out, and he just had to wait till the rally was over to get into the vehicle because he got a ride there. But there was a couple pictures of him floating around, and so there's a guy at work that's pretty good with Photoshop and making like fake articles, and so we made up a fake article about how local Antifa head tried to like crash the rally at like this Trump rally, and I had a picture of him and it said he had grenades and he like photoshopped like grenades into his hands and all this stuff. And so I texted him, I was like, were you at the Trump rally? And I was like, inciting violence? He's like, what? Well, I was there. I got kicked out. I'm like, well, it says here. I was like, I think this is you. And I sent him a picture. I was like, it looks like you. I was like, but it says you're Antifa. And he bought it hook, line, and sinker. And so I kept texting him, and this went on for like 2 hours. And he's just like, dude, like I had nothing. That's not me. I was like, that sure looks like you. He said he was like, after all this happened, he's like, I was just sitting in my chair. He's like, the whole family is like military. He goes, and here all this article is that you showed me that looks like it's on CNN. But on this thing, he goes, I thought I was gonna have to leave town. Like, I mean, he was like, we didn't hear from him all of a sudden for about an hour, and we're like, talking back and forth. He's like, we probably should tell him because he might be like getting ready to off himself, or something. So we said, told him that we were messing with him, and Yeah, got him pretty good. But yeah, I saved all the texts. I got the whole thing like all played out. He's just losing his mind, you know. I don't want to be on the news. Yeah, so that was one of my best like prank things that I got on somebody. Did your dad? Well, your dad might not have been part of it. Did you hear about Anne? Like when I think it was my dad. It might have just been my dad and Mel.
I know that's
the Lotto thing. But... Oh, you did hear about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you tell your friends ever? Or...
No. This is great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Okay, so I don't know where they got it or whose friend it was, but they got like, I think it was like state letterhead, and had someone type up a letter that said that they had won a bunch of money in the lottery. And that's back when I think not too long after this, like we got the lotto, like the scratch off and all this shit. And they sent them a letter saying, I think it was like $100,000 they won or $1 million. I don't remember what the amount was, but it was a lot of money. And they sent them this letter that they'd won. And that was it. They just like sent the letter and they never told them. Well, Uncle Bob almost quit his job. Like they were ready to buy like cars and a new house. And, like, he was gonna quit. I mean, yeah, it was that close. And then my dad told him, or Melody told him, whoever told him, that it was just a joke. And then we didn't talk to him for like a year. They didn't think it was quite as funny as we did. Yeah, they got pretty mad about that.
Did you guys play the Florida Man birthday challenge like I asked you to? I take that as a no.
Absolutely, I did.
How do we do that again? We type in our name.
Because there's so many crazy Florida Man stories. All you have to do is Google Florida Man and your birth date, and you'll get a crazy story from your birthday that happened.
Totally forgot.
You want me to go ahead?
Yeah,
I've got one. Oh, go ahead, John. Go ahead.
You can go ahead. If you want to look one up, I can go ahead and do a couple from mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so August 9th. I actually, there were too many of them, so I couldn't just pick. I'll just read a couple of headlines of them. August 9th, 2019. Florida man drives golf cart into Walmart and attempts to run people over. Gibsonton, Florida. Florida man's facing charges for driving. Oh, dang, it's cut off on me.
Yeah, we're a crack team of pros here, audience. I'm sorry.
No. Gibsonton, Florida. Florida man is facing charges for driving a golf cart and trying to run through. For driving a golf cart through a crowded Walmart and trying to run people over before he eventually crashed into a cash register and was taken into custody. Or this one, on my birthday from 2022. Naked Florida man with machete tried to rob man of clothes.
Well, he needs clothes. I mean,
deputies say the naked man was picking palmetto berries in the woods when he came running out with a machete.
Oh, all right.
He then demanded the clothes, wallet, and phone of a surveyor in the area, according to officials. As the surveyor began to hand over his items, the victim told deputies that the man hurled a machete at him and then ran away. Yeah, that was. Let's see. Here's one from my birthday, August 9th of just last year. Florida man charged with flooding emergency room after attacking a nurse and stripping.
Why does it always involve nudity?
Because it's Florida man. A man in Southwest Florida has been charged with flooding the hospital's emergency room after attacking the nurse and stripping off his clothes. The 53-year-old became agitated while in the waiting room at North Collier Hospital in Naples, Florida. He barged into the emergency room, pushed the patient, and then pushed the nurse in the head. After the hospital staff got him into a room in an effort to keep him from disturbing other patients, he took off all his clothes and pulled a high-pressure water pipe from the wall. The hospital's emergency rooms flooded, causing tens of thousands of dollars in damage.
That is a hell of a drug.
Indeed.
Well, I just
And
have
then,
one. Oh, sorry. Do you have more? Go ahead.
2018, August 9th, Florida man claimed to be surrounded by cats and alligators before being arrested for murder.
Oh, okay. Did he also kill all those cats in Luke's story? I mean, it could be the same guy, right?
Could be. But yeah, you can do this with any day. So I think I'm going to start doing it with every day we do a podcast on. Like from here's one from February 15th. So today's dates. Florida man claiming people were eating his brains leads police on a wild chase through a golf course in a stolen SUV. The chase ended when he crashed into a nursing home. And then here's one more from February 15th. Florida man is stopping his kidney dialysis that he's supposed to do 3 times a week because the dialysis center will no longer allow him to bring a life-size Donald Trump cutout as emotional support. Nelson Gibson told a local television station, since his family can't sit with him during his 3.5-hour dialysis treatments, in their absence, he began bringing a life-size cutout of Trump as a comfort item. Now that after other patients have complained, he's no longer allowed to do that. So he's going to stop his dialysis treatments immediately.
And die?
Apparently so. He's got his priorities.
Man. Oh, man. Well, I was going to just say one, but I think maybe we'll have, should we do it next time? Because you had like plenty, John, unless you want to go, Zach.
Well, I think mine's really important, honestly. This is like everybody needs to know this. And I'm not going to
do it.
Details. I think just reading the first part is sufficient. Florida man, January 7th. That's my birthday, y'all. Thanks. A Florida man denied syringes were his after jail officials found them in his rectum during a strip search. Mine?
Someone planted those there.
That's pretty awesome. So yeah, that I just feel like you guys needed to know that.
Yeah, most of them, the headline is sufficient.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
One?
I do have one. I want to join in the fun. So this happened on August 20th, 2023. Florida man was arrested earlier this week after he decided to celebrate his birthday last month at a Florida Keys resort in his birthday suit.
All right.
The man was spotted by an employee in the resort hot tub touching himself early in the morning on August 20th.
It's his birthday.
According to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, wow. Julio Daniel Rodriguez Copel of Hialeah, Florida, was arrested Monday on a warrant related to the August incident. And I wish you could see his face. He is a goofy ass son of a bitch. So
they always are.
Anyway, but yeah, that's mine. So I love it. Florida man has a permanent place on the Dysfunctional Adults podcast.
What about you, Mr. Berge?
The one I really was excited about until I reread the title and realized I don't know how to read. So I thought it said Florida man accused of drunkenly beating random children at Naples Beach on April 13th, which I thought was hilarious. But
we are bad people for thinking this is hilarious.
Well, yeah,
we're right there with you. I was laughing hard.
Kids, I could see it happening. But apparently he was just drunkenly berating them. So yeah, he was screaming and throwing bottles at children, which is still pretty funny.
Still pretty funny.
Yeah. So
I think that's my future.
Yeah, the only other one that's really, not.
This is from your birthday, right?
Yeah.
What day is that?
That one's not for my birthday. So yeah, I guess it's just yelling at kids. That's my birthday. Riding the hamster ball to Bahamas was not on my birthday.
Oh, that sounds more like you though.
Yeah, well, there was the Florida man accused of beating cellmate who asked for a courtesy flush. That was on my birthday.
Oh, you're gonna smell it.
Oh Yeah, so apparently my birthday doesn't bring out the worst in Florida, man.
Yeah.
Not yet. Yet.
All right.
Should we do show and tell?
I guess it's time. I don't know what button to push. Let's see what happens. Is that it?
This was listener mail, I thought, right?
No, that was
Listener mail was creepy. And now it's time for show and tell.
Oh, there you go.
All right, who's showing? Because I'm telling.
I've got a short one, so I can go first. I really did my due diligence, but I wasn't. The internet didn't giveth very much for me today. So, what I have done is I'm trying to do better at connecting with my kids, and they are all Gen Z. So, I felt like I need to learn the language. So, what I've done is I've asked ChatGPT to translate some things into Gen Z for me to help me learn the language. So a few of them, I'll start with the first. So, I like to talk politics. And so I asked ChatGPT to give me a summary of the Bill of Rights in Gen Z. And this is what it said. Like everyone's got the right to speak up, tweet freely, and vibe with their beliefs. No one's crashing your privacy party, and if things get messy, a fair trial is a must. Just be you and no unfair punishments, okay? Hashtag rights for all. World emoji, peace emoji.
Nice.
So another one, I wanted to get cultured and talk about culture with my kids. So I asked for a summary of Romeo and Juliet. And this is what ChatGPT said. Yo, so there's this mad love story, right? Jules and Romeo are all about that forbidden love. They slide into each other's DMs, but their fans are like, nah, things get wild, drama pops off, and spoiler alert, it's not a happily ever after vibe. Hashtag star-crossed life, star emoji, broken heart emoji.
Aw. Do your kids respect you? I'm just curious.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
So then I thought I would talk about, Dr. Seuss. And so we have a green eggs and ham summary. Check it, fam. Sam's on this green eggs and ham hype, but the main dude's like, nah, not my vibe. Sam's relentless, though. And finally, homeboy tries it. And guess what? He's all in. Moral of the story, don't knock it till you try it. Hashtag green eggs and ham challenge. Skillet emoji, green heart emoji.
Oh, dear Lord.
And then finally, I love Lord of the Rings. So I asked for a summary in Gen Z of Lord of the Rings.
Why would you don't?
So here we go. Okay, so there's this squad, Frodo and the crew, on a quest to yeet a ring into the fiery pits. They face epic battles, make some lit friendships, but also deal with major drama. One does not simply walk into Mordor, but they flex and get it done. Hashtag fellowship goals, fire emoji, sword emoji.
Wow.
So I'm learning the language. I'm connecting with my kids, and yeah, that's my show and tell.
Nice.
They haven't written you off yet. That's cool. That's good.
I'm sure I'm fire now to them. So
of course you are, bud. Yeah.
They'll be like, Dad gets us.
Actually, what kicked this off for me is I saw a post about somebody translated the entire Book of Mormon into Gen Z, and so I had to read some of it. It was super funny. So
nice. So this is one of those stories that I probably shouldn't be proud of, but it makes me so damn proud to be an American. Few things make me prouder to be an American than remembering the story of Hitchbot, the adorable hitchhiking robot that made it all the way across Canada and Europe. And when they tried to do the same in the USA, it was immediately beaten to death in Philadelphia. Hitchbot was a Canadian hitchhiking robot created by two professors at the University of Toronto Metropolitan. It gained international attention for successfully hitchhiking across Canada 3 times. And then they took it to Europe and went all the way across Germany and the Netherlands And then they tried to do the same in the United States. They had a 3,000-mile hitchhiking trip planned. It was supposed to go from Boston to San Francisco. It only made it 300 miles into its United States trip before its mangled, dismembered, and decapitated body was found in an alley in downtown Philadelphia. It's the inventors of Hitchbot designed the robot to learn about how people interact with technology. They wanted to answer the questions, can robots trust human beings?
I think
The robot was
no.
not American humans anyway. The robot was not able to walk, so it relied on human kindness. It completed its hitchhiking journeys by asking to be carried by those who picked it up. It exhibited the capability to engage in basic conversations, discuss facts, and function as a robot companion during travels in the vehicle of the driver who picked it up. As part of the social experiment, it was equipped with social media accounts on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and it posted updates through an internal feed, a wireless feed, sorry. It had a cylindrical body composed of a plastic bucket, 2 flexible arms, and 2 flexible legs. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, yeah, it made it all the way across Canada 3 times, then Germany, then the Netherlands. And then they found it went offline and they found its severely beaten body stripped of all usable parts. Its arms had been torn off and cast aside, and they never found its head.
Why was I programmed to feel pain?
A whopping 1 week in the United States before it happened upon Philadelphia, and its journey was cut short.
Predictable. No.
Why does this make me so proud to be an American? When I read the story, I'm chanting like USA, USA. We don't put up with that kind of shit in Philly. This thing's lucky it didn't make it to Detroit. I love how they were testing they want to answer the question, can robots trust humans? They were relying on human kindness to get it from one place to the other. And it not only was destroyed, it was mangled and beat and torn apart in the most gruesome way possible. USA.
Two things.
USA.
So isn't Philadelphia the city of brotherly love?
Supposedly, yeah.
And then second, it reminds me of that scene from Short Circuit 2 where Johnny Five gets graffitied because he goes.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes out wearing a bandana and spouting off
You have a dangly
slogans.
Earring too, or I don't know.
Yeah. I guess they didn't rip him to pieces, but they definitely abused him.
I hope these Canadians learned a valuable lesson about Americans.
Oh, I think they know.
Why would they think some adorable little hitchhiking robot would fare well in the ghettos of Philly or something?
What year was that in?
2015.
Oh, wow. They didn't know about us by then?
That's kind of on them at this point.
Yeah.
Well,
if they thought the thing was going to survive in the hood, that's their mistake.
The next model is going to be packing. I can tell you that. So, oh man.
So yeah, I have never been so proud to be an American as I was when I read this story.
Oh man, you made me cry. That's so funny.
So yeah, that's what I got.
All right, excellent. That was
America at its finest.
You got a show and tell, Luke? Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I was struggling today. I had all day to look at stuff on the internet, and I couldn't get anything good to come up. And
right.
Yes, I really don't have anything other than just the general stupidity of people in northern Minnesota in the winter.
All right.
Because we haven't really had winter this year. So it's been warm, astronomically, warmest winter on record. And so we don't really have ice. And that's not stopping them from going on the ice with all their trucks and shit,
Are you serious?
And so they keep breaking free and going to drift, and they've closed lakes to try to keep people off it and stuff. Because they got tired of rescuing people. And a couple times I've been out, we've only had 7, 8, 9, 10 inches of ice, which isn't enough isn't supposed to be enough to drive a truck on. But I watched people with big 3/4 ton with plows plowing roads to bring their ice houses out. And the last time I was out spearing, I don't think I had 6, 7 inches of good ice. Like, I drove by me in a late 90s, early 2000s Chevy.
Wow.
Drove by, just flew by me, and it's like, man, I wouldn't even want 2 4-wheelers out there,
Yeah.
And
That's crazy.
he never, the DNR stopped by to see how, check my stuff, and told him, this blew by me. I said, and I don't know if he ever came back. So when you go around the corner, you're either going to find him fishing, or you're going to find
floating.
Yeah, you're going to find a hole in the ice, So I don't know whatever happened to that, but yeah. So it just, it's not a great story, but it's everyone knows it's lousy up here right now for winter, and it's not stopping people from chancing it. So they just had a guy go through they've had people going through all over the place, but the guy borrowed his friend's work, his company truck, and pulled a big ice castle out on Winnie Lake. I think it was Winnie or whatever. And wherever he parked must have been where the ice separated. And so they were in their house fishing, their big pull behind ice house, and the truck fell through. And the truck was ruined, but the truck was hanging straight up and down. And the only thing keeping it from going to the bottom was the house they were sitting in.
Holy.
And so they had to come out and pull it out. So, but they were on 20 inches of ice where they drilled holes to fish. And this great big truck they drove out there fell through. So it was, probably a $90,000, $100,000 truck.
Wow.
That insurance doesn't cover because it was on a lake.
Right. Holy cow. And that's not, and you said it was a work truck, so it's definitely not going to be covered for recreational shit.
Yeah. And it wasn't his, it was his friend's.
Ooh.
So, that's a big IOU.
Oh.
Just watching there. Sorry, my bad.
Oops.
Away.
Oh no.
Plus the cost of pulling it out and the fines you get from the DNR for dropping your stuff in the water and everything else. And then when I was talking about people going adrift, when they have to go rescue them, they're not allowed to bring any of their stuff with them. So if you're out there, whatever, if you go out with your 4-wheeler, that's $12,000, and then you've got all your ice fishing gear, that's probably another $10,000 worth of crap, depending on how much stuff you have. You're not allowed to take anything with you.
Wow.
If they come get you, you just get in the boat and leave, and all your stuff stays on the ice, and you have to hope the locals don't go out there in the middle of the night and steal all your crap before you get out there.
That sucks. But hey, they made a decision.
Yeah, it was worth it for those 3 fish that they're allowed to keep.
You're only allowed to have 3.
Yeah, on those lake, on some depends on the lake you're on, but I think on that lake, actually, I think on the lake where they're going to drift all the time, I think they keep 4. So enough. You have to got 4, be enough to feed. You have one good supper.
Oh.
Lose $20,000 worth of stuff.
Expensive meal.
Yeah,
best fish I ever had. All right, so I guess I'll do mine real quick here. What I've found, I go to excuse me.
Concentrate.
Eating. So I was looking up medical procedures, and there was a time in my life where I was considering having ECT, which is electroconvulsive therapy. And that sounds bad, let's bring it down, but it's kind of actually pretty funny. Anyway, so I thought, well, wait a minute, why not in that vein? Let's find some really barbaric shit on the internet of what we can, of medical practices. And some of it's barbaric, but some of this is great. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of us have heard of bloodletting. The procedure, the removal of blood from a patient. Let's see. The purpose, it is historically believed to balance the body's humors, treating various illnesses, which that's why I'm just overly funny. I constantly have my humors balanced. Let's see here. They use lancets and leeches, all that sort of thing. That's pretty standard. Some of these I didn't know, though. Heroin was once used as a. I mean, I knew it was used as a pain relief, but it was initially marketed as a non-addictive substitute for morphine. And the marketing director was obviously someone to say things like, I've got it under control and it's not a big deal, or I can stop using heroin as a non-addictive substitute for opium anytime I want, or morphine.
And
whatever.
so can you.
Yeah. So, I'm sure that was, and originally it was Bayer that synthesized it. So good on them.
Oh, wow.
Highly addictive, leading to widespread abuse and illegal trade. Like super addictive.
Yeah.
Okay, mercury was used. That's fun. Historically used as treatment for syphilis, John. I mean psychosis and
Hey.
welcome alternatives to VD, right? It has some consequences or severe toxicity causing neurological and physical damage.
Hallucinations.
Oh, is that a thing too?
Yeah,
Nice.
mercury.
The Mad Hatter type stuff.
Yeah.
It was.
Didn't they use it back? Was it Newton? No, yeah, Newton. I think or was it Newton back in like the 1600s? Wasn't he the one that was into alchemy?
Yes.
And I think
Yeah.
they used. I think they used to drink it for like some sort of healing properties or some shit.
I would not be surprised.
It was they did something with it that was like was a really bad idea like nowadays.
Well, I cleared my syphilis right up, so you know.
But because they called it something else too. Like they thought it had mystical properties because of its like how it was liquid at room temp
and looked like metal.
The way it reacted to everything.
It's magic.
Yeah.
I caught syphilis from Hitchbot, just so you know.
From a what?
From Hitchbot.
I don't know what that is.
The robot traveling, the hitchhiking robot.
Hitchbot.
That's who I caught syphilis from.
Let me ask you, Jason. Do you still have its head? They never found the head.
Tell us.
You know what?
Before or after, honestly.
This interview is over. During. So.
Let's see.
Is that how you destroyed it? During an act of passion?
I've got to talk to my lawyer.
Smoke enemas. Those are fun. Blowing tobacco smoke into the rectum. Let's see.
So that's actually a thing, blowing smoke up someone's ass.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where that comes from?
Oh,
that expression?
It could be. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, not at all. That's
like that sounds like the origin of that phrase.
Chat GPT, I guess. It was thought to revive drowning victims and treat various ailments. I know that when I'm at like a public pool, I like to have a friend or a family member blow smoke up my ass as a preventative measure before I get in. I don't want to drown, you know.
When you pull a corpse out of its ass full of smoke, and then it's just farting out like smoke plumes.
Oh.
I like how you said it diagnosed with certain ailments. Like I could just see the diagnosis. I diagnose you with ailments.
Yeah.
I prescribe bloodletting, heroin, and smoke up your ass.
You can become ailment free.
Your humors are balanced.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My favorite. Oh, you're fine. My favorite reasoning I've ever heard for cessation of an activity was the one that pertains to smoke enemas. It fell out of favor with the advancement of medical knowledge. Yep. All right. Arsenic. This is fun. Used in the past for various medical conditions, like you said, ailments. The toxicity caused a problem. Its high toxicity levels led to harmful side effects and death. Let's see. Prescribed for various elements, including skin conditions. So if you're tired of those warts, Jason, arsenic.
It also cures marriage.
Right. Anything you can think of. You don't have to worry about it ever again.
A lot of women have used it to cure marriage. So.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, did you wash your car and then it rained? Arsenic. Causes organ failure, neuropathy, and death. All right. Trepanning, we know about that. That's where people drill holes in their head to relieve pressure and release evil spirits. So that's been done all over the world in various cultures for various reasons, but it all comes down to the fact. Oh, what's interesting about that one is that people still do it to this day. They believe in it. Let's see here. Urine diagnosis, analyzing urine for indications of health or illness. Now I could see that that might seem like that makes sense, like what's coming out of you, and found in medical texts from ancient China, Greece, and Rome. So, you know, some of the big ones, they believed in it. But it was based on erroneous theories about bodily humors. Again, humors. This one's my favorite, and I'm going to end on this one because it's getting long, but crocodile dung. All right. Applied topically for contraceptive purposes. I
gotta say that would work though.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Like if someone comes up to you stinking like crocodile shit, you're totally not going to have sex with them, right?
I don't know.
Well.
Unless that's your thing.
But
I think that might keep me away though.
Right. Well, I mean, to each their own, right? I hate every time I look at you, I'm looking at a cow. Anyway, just imagining like a husband coming home and he's like, I thought we decided we were going to have a baby. I can smell, I can
smell the crocodile shit all over you.
I can smell your crocodile. All right. Let's see here. The ineffectiveness, it lacked contraceptive properties, go figure, and posed health risks. Curveball.
Oh.
Did not see that coming. But it's been traced back to ancient Egyptian contraceptive methods. And we thought they were smart enough to build the pyramids, but here they are rubbing croc shit all over the ladies. Let's see. Ineffective and unsanitary. Let's see here. Contributed to the spread of infections. Honey, where'd you put the mercury? And that's it for me.
Wow.
I think you just proved that the pyramids were built by aliens. So
well, that was fun.
Well, it's been great chatting with you guys.
It was really good to be back.
Yeah, and thank you, Zach, for getting us all back together, getting the band back together.
Your idea, buddy.
No, you're the man. You're the man. So the opinions expressed in this episode of Dysfunctional Adults are not that of whatever network we're on.
And they're all jokes. I don't believe anything I've said.
The Surgeon General advises against using crocodile dung as a contraceptive. So, or mercury to cure syphilis.
Well,
don't try this at home.
It cures anything.
Awesome. Well, I guess that's it. We'll do this again real soon.
Yeah.
All right. Well, talk to you guys.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Next time.
If you're coming, Luke, have a good one, everyone. Nice.
Oh, that's the beginning. That's not right.
John, you don't have to be a cow anymore.
I don't like it.
You're into it now.
I don't know how you can read that good with that blind spot.
It's hard. That's why I stumbled so many times.
To one side.
Turn my head sideways.
But I've got a fertility test, another one coming up, so I'm sure I'll have a great story.
Yay! Why don't we just live stream it, dude? Let's do it.
Stream it.
The urethra can.
Urethra.
No, it's just it's gonna be awkward. I'll just so I'm sure I'll tell you all about it, and everybody who listens. Oh, your graveyard of cats was pretty awesome. So
yeah. I didn't really think about how dark it was until I saw your faces. You're just like, even the cow was shocked. I mean,